So, Craig, obviously at the forefront of a lot of people's minds are costs around this, and people want to get, they want to engage with a good lawyer, and they want to get their bang for their buck, as it were. How do I know that I've got a good lawyer? What is a good lawyer? Some of the, I've heard the acronym STEP thrown around. What is that, and what constitutes a good lawyer in your mind?
Well, I've got a rather dim view and cynical view of lawyers, but I guess probably my saying is it's only 98% of lawyers give the other 2% a bad name, but I think I said that to you before a few years ago, but
I remember you saying to me, this sort of stuck with me, years ago actually, you said, that the legal system is not the justice system.
Yeah, that's right, that's exactly right. With law courts, not courts of justice, that's a whole different conversation altogether, but I guess in terms of how do you do your homework is a good start. I personally, if we're talking purely about succession law, I think if you're in jurisdictions where they've got an accredited specialist regime, they don't have one over here, and for succession law in WA, they have got accredited specialists for family law and stuff like that. But have a look at that. There's the QPS, or the Quality Practice Standard of the Law Society of WA, that recognises legal practices that have got like an internal governance that meets the kind of best practice for client intake and matter management, stuff like that. We should be QPS hopefully by the end of this year. It's one of my milestones. So QPS law firms, another good thing to look out for. STEP is the Society of Trust and Estate Practitioners. So to become a member of STEP, you actually have to have, I think it's something like 70 or 80% or more practice in succession law, or estates and trusts. Some accountants are STEP accredited.
Yep.
We actually only use a STEP accredited accountant when we do our estate administration stuff, right, if we're asked by a client to do that kind of stuff. Those are the main ones. We also, my practice, every lawyer has either completed or is completing their master's degree in applied law, in succession law, or wills and estates practice. So I pay for them to do that because I want the standard to be super high. And if you're a STEP member, you have to do additional legal education on top of what a normal practitioner would have to do. There's a STEP code of conduct as well as a normal. So all these additional levels. So if you don't cut the mustard, you're gonna get booted pretty quickly. And the whole point of joining that organisation is to really stand out as someone that specialises, and it's very important. People doing estate planning. Ironically, I did a deceased estate of a criminal lawyer who did his own will, and nice guy, no doubt, but he made a complete mess of it, and I was the one that ended up having to fix it all up at the end of the day. But
wow. And you're doing a PhD at the moment. You've been doing that for a little while.
Yeah.
That's not something you have to do, is it? It's something
No. So I'm doing a PhD in succession law reform. So hopefully it should be finished in another 12 to probably 18 months. It's a bit of a passion of mine. I really am big on being the best at succession law if I can be.
And that word reform, obviously, states the need for change, the need for transformation, the need for improvement.
Yeah, we like I said before about the changes to the Administration Act, succession law is not a particularly sexy area. It's a very politically and emotionally charged subject matter when you start talking about changing people's rights to do things with their property and after they die. So it's not politically popular, and unfortunately, there's a lot of it's a slow area. It's like trust reform and
Sure.
estate, they're all really old doctrines and rules, and they just take forever to get changed.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned one earlier on. It was 1903, I think.
Yeah, that's the Administration Act. Administration Act reform.
Yeah. Wow. And just off the book, I mean, what is it that drives you? What's the passion behind this? What is?
I guess I was in a couple of firms before. I really didn't like the way that they were operating. I want to, as much as I've got reasonably dim views on the legal profession and the justice system, I would like to be a profession first and a business second. And that's what it always used to be. A lawyer used to be a trusted family advisor that would, help out.
That's great.
It's too much about timesheets and chargeable hours and metrics, and it just moved away from what the law really should be. The human aspect of it. I think that the court system is unnecessarily bureaucratic. I think the documents are unnecessarily. Oh no, not that. I mean, it's a very sobering and serious place. I just think that, it blows my mind sometimes that how self-represented parties get through the system when lawyers themselves are, often scratching their heads. Just the documents, things being accepted for filing, and there's that many different courts and tribunals, and the processes are different. We don't have uniform laws. We don't have a uniform procedure. The fees are all different. It's a real mess, and I guess one of the factors for me is to try and, if we can cut through that for families, particularly when they've got better things to worry about and are grieving. It's so frustrating dealing with banks and super funds and all the rest of it. We can find some shortcuts, and when we're dealing with third parties, like for example, we've got good relationships with real estate agents, certified accountants. We've got this net valuers, all this network of people that we use, conveyancers, and they're all really, really, really good at their job, and they've got a lot of experience in doing estate stuff. It just makes it run so much smoothly, and because we refer to them, we don't get anything back from it. We're not allowed to, they will then often discount their fees because they're like, oh, Craig's sending me another client, and I go, okay, you use them, and they do an excellent job. It means that my clients get a discount and they get excellent service, and it's consistent. So why not do that?
That's great. That resonates with me.